Well, for more on para sports in Africa, we are joined by Afolan Oni, a para sports analyst in Lagos, Nigeria. Afolan Oni, welcome to the program. Afolan, para sports is para sports being given the prominence and support they deserve in Africa? How do you see it?
I think generally for me, we've done a lot of disservice to this nationalist. These people who have put the name of Africa and then using Nigeria as a case study on the global map. We've done them a lot of disservice because we don't pay enough attention to them as athletes, because we see them as, it's something that they have no choice but just to do, to represent the different countries. For example, Nigeria. For me, I think government should do more in terms of coming up with policies, in terms of comprehensive funding, in terms of infrastructure for these athletes to compete with to train in preparation to compete with the best. And also, we should put machinery in motion to ensure that they are given an opportunity to compete with the best, just even before the Paralympics or before Commonwealth Games, before any international competition, they should be exposed. We should also set up policies to encourage investment from the private sectors. If we can put all these things in order, I think Paralympics and people with special needs can flourish in their respective sports, and then African continent will be the best for it.
Afolan, your points are well taken, and you are certainly correct. There's just so much more that can be done. That leads me nicely to my next question. Countries like Egypt and South Africa are miles ahead when it comes to para sports on the continent. What should the rest of the continent do in order to catch up?
No, it's very simple. As like I stated earlier, there should be an intentional drive to develop various categories of para sports in Africa. We should know that not everybody will be opportune to be Tosin Amusan or be the assistant to Shoala or play football or play basketball. There are other people who will delve into other categories of sports, maybe powerlifting, para soccer, para swimming, and what have you. I could remember in 2021 when the para soccer team qualified for the World Cup. They had to go virtually to the street of Lagos, also Nigeria, caps in hand, begging for sponsorship from well-meaning Nigerians because government were not ready to fund them at that particular point in time. I remember the last time also they went to Tanzania for the Para Soccer Nations Cup, where they qualified for the World Cup in Turkey. Same thing happened, virtually even begging for crutches, for boots, for jerseys. So it shows the level at which we are not being serious with para sport in Africa, because looking at what is happening in Nigeria, whatever happens in Nigeria is just a microcosm of what is happening generally in Africa. Go to Ghana, go to Benin Republic, go to any average African countries. The same problem they are facing in Nigeria is the same thing that they are facing in those countries. Like I said earlier, we should put in policies to ensure that these sports are robustly funded. And then number two, most athletes have come in contact with, got in touch with the game, maybe when life happened to them, or maybe they got frustrated with everything around them, and then somebody somewhere told them, oh, you know that with this level that you are in life, you can still become somebody, you can still represent Nigeria, you can still take into sport. So they get into their different sports and classification at a very old age, or at a very when they are maybe midlife, 25, 27, 30, and then they don't really have much to give for that long period of time when compared to their colleagues across Europe, Asia and also America, who started at a very young age. So we have to also identify people with special needs and then try and encourage them to come into sport as early as possible. If they can do that, we will also be at par, because whatever you start early in life is going to be part of you, because like how will I put it now? Like various researchers have concluded that for you to be a medalist at the Olympics, you have to give some certain hours of training and practice and exposure into it for you to be a medal official. Same thing applies to Paralympics or para sport. For you to become successful in life, for you to become A-list athlete at that level, you need to also give ample time to training and practice.